Today's video, what's the hardest part of life in Germany?
We are Lisa and Greg, an American couple living abroad in Spain. If you are curious about the crazy, funny, and surprising differences between the US and Europe, you came to the right place. And we are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of the party. All right. This is, I made it too big. Can't see. Hold up. Okay. Your True Brit.
Yes.
Your True Brit is talking about the hardest part of life in Germany.
What?
Okay.
I think he's interviewing people because obviously from the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
thoughts?
I don't know if the whole thing is interviews or not, but or if he gives his opinion. Maybe he's lived there for a long time.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Spain, from Madrid.
I'm from France.
Brazil.
And Mexico.
California.
From China, mainland China.
Northern Ireland.
Taiwan.
Munich.
Do you think life is better in Germany than where you're from, do you think?
Ooh.
Oh, so he's asking a lot of non-Germans.
As a foreigner in Germany, this is the biggest question you will get asked. What is the hardest part about living in Germany?
Really?
As a foreigner?
Yeah.
So it seems like the idea of this video is as a foreigner, what's the hardest part of living in Germany?
What was the hardest part?
Right. I think that's what he's saying. Right.
I think so.
Okay.
The hardest part about living in Germany. What was the hardest part about living in Germany for you?
The hardest part for me personally is the language part, because originally I live in this place which is called Bagosberg, and then it's a population where it's the people there, they don't really speak English. But besides of that, it's.
Where are you from?
I'm from Taiwan. It's
Oh,
a small.
wow, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Do you think life in Germany is better?
Yeah.
Yeah? How comes?
It's nicer.
Yeah?
People are friendlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's super interesting. That's why I was saying that I just always think it's perspective, because you always get people saying that, you know, the people in Germany are not very friendly.
Yeah, or they're very, the stereotype is that they're shut down. They don't speak that often. Takes them a long time.
Right.
But I don't know. From our comments, they're super, super nice.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's nicer.
Yeah?
People are friendlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
More handsome, you know. Well, as you can see.
If you're ginger.
Exactly, yeah. The only ginger person I've seen in 2 days. Where are you hiding your gingers, Germany? That's what I want to know.
Christina's probably watching this one. She's ginger.
Christine, hello.
Yeah. Making new friends, because now we are already grown-up people, and so kind of the friends circles are already set up.
Yeah.
I love how he said that now that we're grown-up people.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So kind of the friends circles are already set up.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to know more German people apart from the people from work that you don't always.
That's true. That's true. I kind of feel the same way being here in Spain.
I think that's what we've been told, that it's harder for us to make friends in Spain because they've already have their tight-knit circles that they grew up with, went to school with.
Right.
And you know, you're just kind of coming in and be like, hola.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So it's kind of like that everywhere, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's not easy to know more German people apart from the people from work that you don't always want to hang out with. Yeah. And apart from that, I say the light. For me, it's tough to at 4:30 in November or in winter to be completely dark and cold.
Oh, the light.
And just to finish work. And then just dark. Yeah. So during COVID time was tougher. Now it's getting better, especially thanks to the.
What does that mean, though?
I think he's just talking about like daylight savings, where it just gets during the winter, it just gets darker sooner.
Yeah.
And so.
And he's saying that probably because it's cold and everything is just kind of like miserable. Yeah,
because even here in Spain, there's not a lot of clouds, so it's cold, but there's sun. And maybe over there, it's not that way.
Okay.
During COVID time was tougher. Now it's getting better, especially thanks to the glue vine.
Yes.
That it always helps. Probably,
Yeah. And what about you? What's the hardest thing about living in?
I miss
Germany?
food.
Yeah.
I miss French food.
The French baguette.
Wow.
Yes, because here I'm happy with the beverage and not that much with the food.
Many people ask me, how do I spot a German? Well, two situations. The first one is the shoes. So these are British shoes. So
Oh, really?
in Germany, they normally wear practical shoes, which look like they have these snow things. But anyone that's not from here normally either wears these ones, as you can see. Wow.
And slip.
Show again.
Yeah.
Wait.
What do you think is the hardest part?
Oh, I wish you would have showed us the German
You
shoes.
can tell us that without showing some shoes.
I'm imagining they wear boots that are made for the snow, and
Right.
where, if you're not from there, you wear slippery shoes that you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I mean, I need to find some of those shoes so I can look like I belong.
I know.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah. What do you think is the hardest part about living in Germany for you?
For me, is because I don't look German.
Right.
I do get this that people don't think that I'm German,
Right,
and I
okay.
have to explain most of the time. And people they tend to be
She was from Munich, I remember.
Oh, okay.
arrogant here.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Not everyone,
rewind?
but is that
Yeah.
people don't think that I'm German,
Right,
and I
okay.
have to explain most of the time. And people they tend to be arrogant here.
Right. Yeah.
Not everyone, but a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that I think is one of the hard.
Oh, it would definitely be when you're checking out at the Reva. You have to, in America, you have.
Rava? I wonder if that's like a party. Like a rave?
That's where my mind went. But when you're checking out of the Rava,
Rava, yeah.
maybe we just we don't know the word, or we don't understand the accent. One of the two.
Yeah, okay.
Be when you're checking out at the Reva. You have to, in
River?
America, you have someone doing it for you. But in Germany, you got to race through that thing. They scan that. It's like an Olympic sport, I swear. And if you don't bag your goods in time, the 5 people in line, they'll just sit there and look at you. And the guy who's doing or the girl who's doing the scanning as well, once she's done, that's it. And then she just looks at you while you spend the next 10 minutes trying to put your stuff in. I would say that's the hardest thing about that it took getting used to in Germany. Yeah.
Is that were you the slow one? I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
You've been told off a few
But
times.
now, I mean, I've been here for over 2 years now. So now I got it, got the heavy stuff first.
Yeah.
I'm over there. So I'm
You're
pretty
proper
good at
the
it.
German way.
Not
the Deutsche
quite.
Weg.
Almost.
Yeah.
90%.
So I wonder if a Rava
Is the name of the grocery store?
maybe a name of the grocery store,
Maybe.
or the German word for grocery store. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe.
Bad part about living in Germany outside the weather is also that people are a little bit more like following the rules. In Mexico, it's a little bit more like. In Mexico, you can make a party until 1, 2 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Maybe until 6 a.m. and nobody will call the police on you,
Right.
even if you're really loud. And here in Germany, after 10, like it's the police are already at your doorstep, like telling you to like make it quieter.
I'm guessing you've got in trouble quite a few times.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. He has been there a couple of times, I think.
Yeah, we actually got sued this year.
Oh shit! What?
Kind
Oh,
of.
wow.
I don't know if it's just a threat or it was
Yeah.
for real.
Oh shit!
But yeah, we threw like we live in a student residence with around 80 people, 80
Yeah.
students, and then we threw like a summer party, and unfortunately on a Sunday, and unfortunately, like one of our neighbors is a lawyer.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no!
He kind of, I don't know if he really sued us or just threatened to sue us.
He said he was going to.
Yeah.
Right. Have you
Yeah.
found out yet if he's done it?
I think it didn't happen because it has been like 6 months and we haven't heard
we have-
anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Oh, good.
it's
Do you think you'll never do another one?
The biggest part is maybe the language. The German is a very difficult
Yeah.
language, and
Yeah.
I've been learning German for several years.
Oh, wow.
But right now I can't even communicate with a typisch German.
Yeah. I mean, your English is phenomenal. Like, I can understand everything of your English. Do you know?
Oh,
what I mean?
thanks.
Yeah. No. worries.
Because I also learn English,
Yeah,
of course.
It's really good.
It's about the money.
What do you think?
We live in crazy times right now. there's so much war, and it comes closer and closer and closer. And then again, also our society really has the problem of rising prices. And everybody needs to work more for less. And living, especially living in flats, is extremely expensive. Especially here in Munich. It's super expensive to live here.
Yeah.
Big city.
Yeah, I wonder what city, I wonder what it compares to.
I know.
I don't know if I had to pick America.
Yeah, because it's all relative, right? That could be, he says it's $1,000 for a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, and we're like, that's cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming from the United States, but
that's true.
It's all relative. Yeah,
that's true.
Expensive, especially here in Munich. It's super expensive to live here.
Yeah.
I'm studying interior design.
Oh, nice.
I started right now.
Cool.
I'm a carpenter. I'm a master of carpentry already, and I started studying here. And with BAföG, I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah.
We really get money to. How do you say? We really get the money from the state if our parents can't afford to give us the privilege of knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
So Germany comes and says, we want you to be super well trained, that you have every possibility you want to have later on. So now I get $930, which is the most you can have, because I already have my apprenticeship and the master and worked for a few years, and now I get the money to study. They give me $930 a month that I can study with.
Wow.
A part of it I have to pay back. But again, only a part of it. And I won't be like in deep debt after I come out of it. So what they...
It's a huge deal. That is a huge deal because I just say I'm going to be paying for my loan for the rest of forever.
Rest of forever.
So, yeah.
Because of interest and everything.
Almost, it's probably more than a lot of houses in America. That's how much I have to pay for 4 years of school.
Right.
Yeah.
They do is they really push me to have a better life, you know?
That's interesting.
And that's amazing. Yeah. That's like, I think, the most amazing thing about this country, that they really do something for their people.
Honestly, when I first moved to here, I'm a little bit skeptical because due to my, Asian heritage background, people really like to go to either the UK or the States. And then I'm the first one to come to here.
Oh, wow.
And then I meet a lot of open-minded people, and then I genuinely I made a lot of friends, and then also found my loved ones here, so it's
that's cool.
Yeah. And here's the thing, if you go around Germany, there's two things that Germans love to complain about. It's either the weather or the Deutsche Bahn. And I am Deutsche Bahn's biggest fan, actually, because if you ever go on a train in America, I wouldn't recommend it. So
this dude seems just cool.
I was debating whether or not he was from the United States. Because I hear a little bit of an accent.
Yeah. It sounds like he's somebody who's from the United States who's been well traveled and probably lived somewhere else for a while.
And is picking up different accents.
Yeah. I wonder what the Deutsche Bahn is.
I don't know what that is.
Deutsche, German. That's German. Deutsche.
Deutsche Bahn?
Deutsche
is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
So in that way, I would say 10 out of 10.
Also to work is for me really easier than in France because of the structure and because of all the organization. Like it's really not just a cliche that German guys are really organized. That's really true. And for me it's like, I feel secure and I feel good, and that's why I'm here like for 7 years now.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And what I love the most about Germany is that we are getting so colorful. Right. Every year we get more colorful. So there's so many people coming from already in the past 60 years, I guess, from all parts of the world in this country to live here. And 6 years ago, when you went into the big cities of Germany, they were just German cities with the Germans living there.
Yeah.
And today, I guess we're not the Germans as we were.
International, isn't it?
Yeah. We're getting so international, and I love it, really.
Yeah, it's good.
This is like... Sometimes it's hard to say that you're German.
Right.
Well, you want to say that you lived here as your parents did, as your grandparents did, because everybody else living in Germany, for me at least, is also a German.
My name is...
I want to meet that guy.
How open-minded and just
I know
inclusive he is, and
he seems
and compassionate,
cool.
and
yeah.
Everybody else living in Germany, for me at least, is also a German.
Mein Name ist
Connor. Nice to meet you,
and
Germany.
Ich komme aus, is it Irenish? Ireland. Irland. Oh! Irland. So, Kaiser Kieran. Freut mich, Sie mit dir treffen. Awesome, man. It's a pleasure meeting you, man.
You too. Thank you.
Freut mich. Yeah, pleasure to meet you, man. Eine schöne Tag. Massive thank you to everyone that joined in this video. My question to you guys is, what is the hardest part about living in Germany? Let me know in the comment section. And for the Germans, 99% of you are watching this. What do you think is the hardest part about living in Germany for you guys? Dankeschön, and ich wünsche dir eine atemberaubene Tage in the Schnee. Is that Schnee? We're good. We're done.
Oh,
that's cool. I'm gonna learn some German. Like, I just want to be able to learn it. All right, man, that was good. Well, I'd be curious to know what people think is the hardest part about living in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the people on our channel have probably been there their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
But
as a German or as a foreigner, immigrant of Germany.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look and see what the people got to say. Okay, let's take a look here. All right. So with the Deutsche Bahn. That's what I was asking about.
Oh, okay.
Is a 10,
It's good to see how
10
to
out of
spell
10 in comparison to America's trains.
Oh.
So is it the train?
It's a train.
It's like a train line, probably. America's trains must be up badly. Not gonna lie. Was never in America, but as a German, I know Deutsche Bahn pretty well. At least enough to know it well enough to avoid it at any cost. Oh, okay. All right. People don't think that I'm a German. Guy with a YouTube channel picks her for questions about living as a foreigner in Germany.
Oh.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
That's right.
The hardest part about living in Germany is not being aware of all the good things this country has to offer. I think that's true for wherever you live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I remember, I lived in Las Vegas. I rarely went to the strip. Mm-hmm. We lived in Southern California, for about 45 minutes from Disneyland. We never really went there.
Right.
So I could see what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that was a good little video. I'm glad we watched it. Hope you got something out of it. And as always, thanks for stopping by. And we will see you in the next video. Peace.
Bye.